Luke's is the only gospel which has two mission discourses among the synoptics. The Gospel of Mark and Matthew contain mission discourses to the 12, which Luke also has. However, in the Gospel text of today, we will read about the mission to the 72. The 72 is a symbolic number which includes a much larger group than merely the 12. By giving this mission discourse, Luke is saying very explicitly that mission is not restricted to the intimate disciples or apostles of Jesus, but is the mission of everyone who professes to be a disciple of Jesus. Jesus sends his disciples out with instructions, and the instructions that Jesus gives may be summarized in one word, and that word is detachment. Jesus exhorts his 72 disciples to be detached from things, to be detached from persons, to be detached from events, and to be detached even from the outcome of mission. Possessing too many things holds a person back and does not allow the person to be free. In some cases, we might be possessed by the things we think we possess. We might be owned by the things we think we own. And that is why Jesus exhorts us to go out on mission with as few possessions as possible. It is also likely that in some cases, family ties can bind a person and not allow a person to engage in mission. In such cases, Jesus is explicit that mission takes precedence over family ties. Jesus also exhorts the 72 not to be attached to any kind of emotions or any kind of experiences, whether wonderful experiences or experiences which leave one dejected. And finally, no matter what the outcome of mission, Jesus is very clear that the mission is his and God's, and not the experience of the missioner. The missioner has to simply engage in mission and leave the result into God's capable hands. The mission that Jesus sends his disciples out is not merely a spiritual mission, and that is why the disciples are not merely called to proclaim the kingdom in words, they are to bring about the kingdom in action. And that is why they reach out, healing people, making people whole through a kind word, a gentle touch, and reaching out in reconciliation and in love. The mission of Jesus is not merely a spiritual enterprise, but an enterprise which touches every single aspect of a person's personality. In the gospel text of today, the disciples return from mission and narrate to Jesus that they have been successful. Jesus, however, is not going to be overexcited at the success, because success and failure are the same as far as Jesus is concerned. What is important for Jesus is that each individual continues to do God's will. And if God's will is done, then mission is definitely a success. Today, 2,000 years after Jesus, the mission of Jesus continues, but is broadened to include not merely human beings, but also the environment, also nature. Sadly, we have abused this world which God has given us to use. Sadly, we have abused the command of God to use the world and to multiply and to grow in it. Because of our selfishness, because of our self-centeredness, We have focused too much on having and on possessions, because of which there are so many millions in the world who go hungry without even one square meal a day. Our mission today is more practical and tangible than ever. Our mission today has to reach out to the have-nots, those really who are suffering, who are treated as less than human beings, and we have to reach out to them. Our mission also includes our care for creation, our care for nature, and our making the earth inhabitable and a gift that we can give to future generations who are to come. Let us listen to the instructions of Jesus as he continues to send us out on this mission, which is not spiritual alone, but tangible. And let us engage in mission as true missionaries after the heart of Jesus.